Yo, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm off to work actually, so I'm giving you insight in my daily routine and how fucked up it is at the moment. I was going to work yesterday with this car. It's super hot in Germany at the moment. So we have 31 degrees, which is I think over 100 Fahrenheit. And basically it sucks in this car when it's that hot, okay? So I was sweating my ass off and I was going like 140, 150 on the Autobahn. The engine was, let's say, more hot than usual. So I had around 95 oil temp. Normally I only get about 80 or 85. And I was going off the Autobahn and the car like make some really cool noises, you know, like pops and bangs, and normally it doesn't do it. I think it was because the exhaust got really hot, and even though I was sweating, I had a ton of fun yesterday because my car made some new noises. And this is, you know, it's still funny because I got this car for so long and it still is able to make me happy, you know, in a very easy way. And this should, you know, remind ourselves that we are not too much in our comfort zone. Because at the moment, you know, in the last video I said I'm gonna sell the 1 Series, so it's sold now, which means I took the plates already off. And we basically only have 2 cars at the moment, and my wife needs the other car. So I need to go to work with this car every day, no matter what weather it has or anything. So yeah, I said fuck it, let's try it. I still have the E90 in my garage, which I want to use as winter car. Not sure yet if I really want to do it, because the offers at BMW sometimes are just too good to get newer cars without any, you know, problems. Yeah, just resell it again and that's it. So if there is anyone interested in the E90, it's a 320i. Yeah, it's for sale maybe. I'm gonna make some pictures the other day. Back to this car. So even though I normally hate driving this car when it's this hot, I mean now it's cold, it's 4 a.m. in the morning, but usually I don't like to drive this car when it gets heated up. So yeah, I was pissed off yesterday, but I still, at the end of the day, I had more fun than going into a normal car. And this was a reminder for myself as well. So if I'm forced to do this, it will work out, and you know, can make a point and do this anywhere else in your life, not just with cars. So you have to make a commitment, and then you are just doing it instead of procrastinating, going over it all the time, overthinking it. Just do it. So here we are at the Autobahn. It's super boring for me, to be honest. I'm not the guy who is going fast in the straight line. I don't see the point of it. So normally I only drive this car on fast B roads. I'm not sure what's called, like, not on the highway, let's put it like this. And if I'm going on the highway, I'm going super slow because it's getting loud. So today I'm gonna visit a friend who is working at BMW service center, It's something like a dealership for employees where you can get parts and stuff and bring your car. So I ordered the first part for my G80 M3. So it's nothing special, but I'm you know, like super picky and thought of about this car since I want it for so long. And yeah, it's a pretty simple, straightforward mod. I think no one does it, but for me it's kind of important. So we'll see it later in the video. By the way, guys, let me know if the audio from the in-car footage is acceptable from the S13. Otherwise, I need to get another mic. So I did pick up OE G80 front license plate holder before I get the car because I want to modify it. So this is a 520mm OE German license plate, and I will use the shorter one. So when you mount the shorter one, you basically have those edges, and I don't want to use these type of clips I normally use on the car because the G80 front grille is, let's say it's difficult because you cannot mount those, in my opinion, to make it look good. And also, I'm kind of digging this OE holder, so it looks kind of cool with the matte black. I also don't want to go for the CS grille in the first place, so I'm gonna make 2 cuts and get it plastic welded so I can go to the delivery with this short license plate with a shorter holder, and this will be going onto the car when I take it for delivery. And after that, I'm straight back to work. Anyway, so I want to give you 2 or 3 more very important things about this car, because I feel like my knowledge about this car is very good because I had so many. I think I had about 7 or 8 S13, maybe 10. But yeah, a few of them I just parted out because I need some parts. But I actively driven about 4 or 5 of them. And I destroyed one SR20 on the Autobahn. And I think this car already had some issues with the rod bearings, and it wasn't really quick. It was actually a 180SX. And so we put in an ECU of a friend of mine who had a tuned 180 with a stage 1, and it had a more aggressive timing, and it was kind of similar to now, the conditions. So it was pretty hot outside, it was summer, we were going to the Autobahn, car was warm, like 80-90 degrees, and we did a few pulls, and yeah, 3 pulls and the engine was gone. So I heard the knocking, so I think the rod bearings were not too good anymore, and due to the aggressive timing and the warm condition, I think in the end it had like 110 or 120 of degrees for the oil temperature, and this caused the engine to fail. So one of the first things I will do to this car is an oil cooler, of course, because they are getting pretty hot if they don't have an oil cooler and you go on the Autobahn or let's say the highway. When you are going faster than 70 miles or 130, you will have oil temps above 100, unless you do like 10 V60 or something, maybe a little bit less. But if you are doing a few pulls, you're getting up to 110, 120 pretty quickly. And it seems like if the engine is not rebuilt, if it's a stock engine, they don't like it. So in my car I have those DEFI gauges which have the warning function. So I set the warning to 100 and it never reached it. So I don't track this car, and even if I drive it hard, I don't get over 95, which is pretty good, I would say. Yeah, so if you're having an old setup like I have, like Nistune, I would also recommend getting those warning gauges, because you don't have to care. They just do a very annoying beep if something is wrong. Same for the boost. I know a guy that's it's a friend, I would say. I bought a S13 off him a few years ago, and he smashed his RB26 because he had a boost leak and he overboosted the car. And I think he had just normal gauges, so no warning gauges. If you're overboost, or let's say if I'm overboosting, it would also do this amazing beep noise, which stops you instantly from doing anything. So gauges and oil cooler is where I would start with this car if you're not planning to rebuild the engine. Even if the engine is rebuilt, it makes a lot of sense. So those two gauges are the most important for me, because when you have problems with an oil pressure, like in my case with the rod bearings, I heard it. Yeah, so if you're a mechanician or have any expertise about cars, I will tell you, you will hear when something is wrong, and then you will go anyway off the gas. So I just removed the oil temp and the exhaust temp because it was too many gauges and I didn't like it. Now it's like, you know, it's super simple in here, but also it's not like overcomplicating things, because you know, if I have too many gauges, I don't like it. I also had an AFR, but let's do a quick pull here. It's fast enough for me. When I had the E46 M3 last year, I did a pull against my wife, and this car is slightly faster than an E46 M3 slick top, and I find it, you know, fast enough to have fun, basic setup. What's important to me, since I have kids now, is that it's reliable. Because I don't want to have a car which breaks all the time, because I don't have the time to fix it. So a lot of headache in late nights. So I rather keep it simple and drive the car. Alright, so we have oil cooler and the gauges. I would also recommend to take care of the rust, but not do all at once. So I know too many guys who buy the car, drive it home, and then it's completely escalation. So they strip everything, they pull out the engine, they start taking care of the rust. They want to do everything at once. Sometimes they're not even a mechanic, and then the car sits around for 2 to 3 years, and you will end up selling the car. What I did, I mean, this car was in pretty decent condition, so it had almost no rust. And when I did modifications, I did it and I drove it again. So I'm driving this car every year since 12 years, and this is how it should be. You can have a year where you do a lot of stuff if you're rebuilding the engine, living on a budget. I don't know. Then I would say it's okay to make a project like for 1 year, but then you really should drive the car again. Going further, I would say make all important to-dos on your engine. So taking care of boost leaks, oil changes, filters, checking everything before you do anything else. Before you raise the boost up, spark plugs, everything. So taking care of the engine, taking care of your temperatures. This is basically it to start driving a car like that. And then I would say coilovers and wheels after that, because then you have the looks and the car is able to drive. Doesn't matter if it's not paint mashed or anything else. This is what I would do. I would prioritize these things and try to get some seat time. If you want to drift the car, I would take it a step further to look maybe into the engine before you blow it up, because drifting is, it puts a lot of stress on the car. If you are driving like this, could be that this car is holding another 5 years. If you are drifting it, could be it breaks the next event, because you're on high revs all the time. Okay, so these are basically my tips if you're buying a car like that and how I would do it. Maybe next year will be the first year where I don't drive it at all, because I'm super excited now for the G80. We will see, and I still think about repainting it all the time. I think black 180s are awesome, but since the car gets so hot, I might do silver or any other cool Nissan color, but silver suits this car very well. Normally silver is very boring, but I would say on 180s or even like older Porsches, like 964 or something, I really like silver, especially here with the YTEs. So maybe next year it's the year where I disassemble the car and going to paint it over the summertime to maybe drive it in late 2026, because I already have a picture in mind of the G80. Like I said, I won't tell you the spec now, but it's pretty awesome. Next to the silver 180, next to the gray F31, which I'm gonna keep also for a few more years, I think, because I'm happy with the car. But yeah, that's how things are going at the moment. So like I said earlier, the production of the G80 is settled for end of July. It says code 112, which is already planned in to production. So I think we are 1 or 2 weeks away from the start, and I should get it early August. I already got my license plate. It will be YG8, which is pretty awesome. It's hard to get short number plates here in Germany. But yeah, all I can say is I'm super excited also how different those cars will really be. So having a S13 and a G80 is, I'm not complaining in any way. It's super happy. I'm super happy about this and stoked that I'm able to drive those cars. But I'll tell you, I made a commitment a few years ago And this is what I'm trying to communicate with these videos, that you are taking care of your finances, because I know too many people who are in a, let's say, not so good situation, maybe on their own fault because they don't take care of their expenses or spend too much on cars. But if you are, you know, figure out this kind of stuff, you are able to do so much more a few years later down the road. Okay guys, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Don't wanna do too much talking. I see you in the next video, alright? Bye, take care.